Hello. Hey, it shows that I'm live now. It's showing it. Shows Crystal Pierce just logged in. Okay. There's still no hamsters. Okay. All right. Bye. Sorry, guys. Little little technical problem there. Hopefully, we won't have them again. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody enjoying the diamond paint-a-thon? I've made it to a couple, but I've had my grandbabies today. You that subscribe to me already know I have two grandbabies, and I watch them when Mama works. And this was her half day, but she come and helped pack up some stuff because I'm in the process of moving. So I had the grandbabies here till 5:30, which gave me exactly an hour to get ready for this. So it's been a long day. But I did make it to a couple, and I hope everybody's been able to make a couple too. If you don't know already, Pippa is on after me. And towards the end of it, we'll have one of my mediators drop the link to hers in the chat. And that way y'all can, if you haven't subscribed to her, then you'll have the link to follow to get on her live. I'm doing okay, Jen. How are you doing? Hi, Michelle. Hi, Susan. Hi, Elizabeth. Crystal, Sylvia, Mickey, Jeremy, everybody. Hi. I could be saying hi all evening. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the new people that haven't met me yet. Thank you for being here. I don't have my daughters here again today. So, hi, Cassie. So, it's just me. So, you just get me today. So, we'll get through this. I'm kind of a little awkward when I'm by myself, but I always seem to make it kind of enjoyable. You stayed up all night. That's the way I've been the last three. And it would have been me this time too if I hadn't been babysitting my grandbabies. But my daughter works in a physician building, and she works 9.5, 10-hour days. So I have the babies during that time, plus travel time. So I have them for a lot of times. And she works like every other Saturday, and this was the Saturday it just happened to fall under. So she's been a big help. And then my other daughter, Megan, most of y'all know that come to my lives that she's been here too. But this is their last weekend before we have a big move. We got to be out Monday. Not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. So we have a lot of work to do. No, I'm awkward, Jennifer. I stumble on my words. Hi, Abby. So, who else have been in the lives and have you enjoyed them? I've heard a lot of good feedback from everybody that things have gone good. Some are choosing to do a tag on diamond painting on how they got started and everything. So I'm going to kind of do that for the new subscribers or from people who's joining me today. I'm just going to kind of tell a story of it instead of like reading questions or any of that. I have a hard time multitasking with diamond painting and keeping up with the chat, so I'll do the best I can. Um, we're drinking last night. Maybe I should have went and got me a couple shots first, and then it wouldn't have been bothering me at all. Jennifer, I hope you're feeling better. Um, as I was saying, instead of reading the questions out loud, I'm just going to kind of give my story about my diamond painting experience. I've actually been diamond painting for about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. And I've had my YouTube channel for over right at a year now. I just celebrated my year anniversary the end of last year, which wasn't too long ago. I had gotten into diamond painting by mistake 6 months prior to that. I had thought I'd ordered a tapestry off of Wish, and when it come in, here was this little painting that was sticky, and it had packets of diamonds, and it had the pink pin. And so I opened it, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Because it's the picture I ordered, but it wasn't anything what I was expecting. So I worked on that thing for about 2 days, and I never could figure it out. So I gave it to my mom, and I said, Mom, can you figure this out for me? And she's like, sure, when I get time. I live with my mother, and she never could figure it out. So about 4 months after that, I went in and got it, and I tried like sticking them on by hand, and of course that wasn't going anywhere, and I kept trying the pen and I couldn't get it. After that, I had an ad pop up on Facebook, and I went ahead and started watching the ad, and seeing what was going on. So I went and looked at it, and I'm like, oh, that's my painting. But it didn't tell me how it worked. So I YouTubed diamond painting when I found out it had a name, and come across diamond painting with Donnie's video. And so I went through her videos, found some that was marked how to diamond paint. Well, the painting I had gotten in by mistake didn't have the glue in it. So that's one reason I couldn't figure out how the painting worked, is because I didn't have glue. So after I seen the video, I went ahead and ordered another from Wish. And of course, y'all know from Wish it takes around 6 weeks, give or take a week. More likely, you wait another week. And got one in, but in the time I'd ordered it until the time it come in, I did nothing but crash on watching YouTube videos. I watched a lot of diamond painting by Donnie. I'd watched a lot from Ella, Kicking Cancer's Butt. I watched, I come across Fruitinis. And then after I crashed on all of them, then I come across Miss Coffee's channel. She was fairly new to the diamond painting world, or from when she started her channel. When she first started going live, there was like 17, 18 of us that were doing the lives. And as y'all know, Miss Coffee now has over 200 people in her lives. Hi, Lisa. So I crash binge on all them videos, and then I get my painting in. And then I have to figure out how I'm going to diamond paint. So I get a box and I set it up. And I had seen the little containers that have the 6 slots in them and stuff. And I had one of them because I used to have nail art stuff that I dumped out. So I had that to pour my diamonds in. And so I had the container. I used I'm having a hard time thinking of words. My tray, I used the pink tray that come with the kit. I used the pink pen that come with the kit. Figured out how to do it and really liked it. And so after I finished that one, I explored my options on other companies, and I found AliExpress. And so I went hog wild buying from AliExpress. I had ordered from quite a few different companies, and most of y'all probably know about AliExpress. I never could really find any I liked. Now, from watching the videos, I come across Evermoment. So I had ordered Evermoment without realizing they were all square. So up until this point, all I've done is square or round. And I didn't particularly care for the square, but I did it. And it was enjoyable. It was okay. It was a little more stressful to me because being a little, I don't want to say that word, OCD. I didn't like the way the diamonds lined up because they were so crooked. You know, the rounds you can straighten up, and the square were just so much harder to do that, and it just gave me more anxiety. But I did a green frog, and it's got its hands to its ear, and it's doing like this nana 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 thing, you know, with its tongue sticking out. And I done a ladybug with her tongue sticking out. And by the time I did them too, I was kind of burnt out on the square because, you know, I just wasn't enjoying the satisfaction as much with the square as I did the round. So I kind of quit ordering from Evermoment, and then I found, yes, I'm going to say it, I found Diamond Art Club. And I have ordered from a couple new companies. I just haven't put out videos yet. Paint Jam is one. So I'm looking forward to doing an unboxing and seeing what kind of canvas they had. But from everything I've heard, they have pretty good quality. And I ordered custom. So, and it's a smaller one from the ones I've been doing. I've done, after I did the ladybug, I did Let the Good Times Roll from Diamond Art Club. And then I did Nefertiti from Diamond Art Club. Then I did Sea Buddies from Diamond Art Club. And then I did Elsa. Then I done her sister. Now I'm doing, I did Daughter of Honor. And then I did Snow White. So I promised myself after I got Snow White done. I did Talitha Kulan too. That's been my biggest painting thus far, from all the paintings I've done. Hey May, if I missed y'all coming in, I'm sorry. 60 people in here. It's hard to keep track and say hi to everybody. Please don't feel left out because I appreciate each and every one of y'all that are in here. So I've become kind of a diamond art fanatic, but I want to try the paint jam, and I told myself after Snow White was done, I'm going to do a few smaller ones because I'm getting kind of, I think, burnt out on the big ones. Now, I have plenty of other diamond art clubs, don't mind you. I've got probably close to 20 that I haven't even unboxed yet. It's just because of all the sales I've been having. And if y'all haven't noticed from the paintings I've listed that I do, they're all Mandy Manzano. Now, I have a good reason for that. I have big anxiety. Diamond painting helps with that anxiety, but when I come across a lot of confetti now, it had gotten worse after I done the squares, because I mentioned, I kind of struggled and frustrated with them, and I think that's where the anxiety started to kick in. Um, so I had tried Mandy's because I seen that she outlines things in black, and once I did let the good times roll, I was hooked on her. And one of the reasons why is that my anxiety is not high because, for one, they're round. I don't order any square Mandy's. I wish they all come in round, but we can't have it our way all the time. But if it I would buy everyone Mandy's if I could get them around. But that's one of the reasons I only do round, and I do a lot of Mandy's because it helps with my anxiety. And when I'm not doing one of Mandy's, and doing things with a lot of confetti, um, it does the reverse effect that diamond painting does for me. And um, this helps me a lot with my anxiety. It helps with the pressure um, that I've been under. So that's why I do hers. And when y'all see the custom that I've done, y'all understand the custom because it's probably only going to be 4 or 5 colors because it's just an initial with a colored background. So I don't see it being too complicated. I actually see it being pretty easy. Now that I say that out loud, it's probably going to throw me for a loop and be full of confetti, but I really don't see how. But that's why I do Mandy and Diamond Art Club. I know a lot of people don't like Diamond Art Club, and that's fine. There's a lot of people that just order from Wish. There's people that order from AliExpress, and they have lots of stores. You can find stores that you like the quality, and there are some that have pretty decent quality. Um, but after, like I said, I went hog wild, and y'all know, yes, y'all know what I'm saying. The purchasing is just as bad as the diamond painting because I ordered like 40 in a month. I did nothing but order. And I still have a big A2 light pad box that I've got completely filled of diamond paintings that I've gotten from Wish and AliExpress. After starting my YouTube channel, I started trying different stores, found them, tried Diamond Art Club. I like their quality. Some people don't. I have my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion on different companies. I'm not here to say you can't order from here. You order from where you like. And I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I know, I remember my point now. My point was once I did Diamond Art Club, I liked the quality. I didn't mind spending a little extra money on the paintings because to me, I got the better quality. Get bigger pictures um, with good quality. With Diamond Art Club, you don't get to pick the size. They pick it for you. And a lot of their paintings are a little bigger. They have been releasing smaller ones now, which is fantastic. Um, but that's why I order from them. You know, I like getting my money's worth. And with AliExpress and Wish, you know, there's a lot of stores there, and I'm sure there's a lot that I haven't heard of, and I know there's new stores popping up all the time. I found what I like. I still order from other companies for my channel. I don't do just Diamond Art Club. I just try. I bought my basic size that I buy when I'm buying a painting for my channel is a 40 by 50. That's the basic size I order, and then give y'all what it looks like at a 40 by 50 and let y'all make the decision on how big you want to go from there. So you get to see it at a smaller size, and then you can, you know, it helps you decide on how much bigger you want to get. And yes, I'll admit, the bigger the better. But I like to see the quality at a lower picture. And if I see that painting from somebody else, just to tell you a quick story about that, Tail Whip, Sharina, she just did a pretty colorful cat. I want to get that so bad because hers turned out so beautiful. And it doesn't look like the confetti is too bad for me. But yeah, I seen her painting. I like it. I'll buy it at some point. And it's a smaller one. So I'll enjoy doing, you know, a few more smaller ones. After diamond painting for about 7-8 months, I discovered diamond painting pens. I was using the ones that come in the kit up to, you know, around 6 months into diamond painting. And then I started ordering diamond painting pens. This is my favorite. It's a purple. Oh, y'all can't tell the colors. It's a purple and turquoise. They're woven with each other. I use a 3-placer and I use a single placer. I've got purple and clear, and I got purple and blue. Like, you know, when you if you've had a lava lamp, if you tilt it up this way, it's kind of like a lava lamp. It's got bubbles and it goes up. I've got more, but these are the ones I have out because these are my favorite. All of them have 3-placers and all of them have single placers. That's my go-to that I use. I have a caddy here that I put my glue in. I have old glue for when I'm doing like the ABs or the crystals. I've got new glue in here. I'm about out of the new glue. And then I use blue tack. For some reason, one of the pens I use doesn't like the pink. And I've tried changing out the tips on it, but I don't know what it is about that pen. And I know y'all probably think I'm crazy, but the blue tack works really good in it. My favorite go-to container that I use to diamond paint is the Craftmates. I really got turned on to them. I was using the little boxes at first, and then, you know, the bigger the painting I got into, you know, they didn't hold a small bag of diamonds, and they had to be a small bag of diamonds for them to fit. I had went from there to the Elizabeth Warden, or Ward, trying to get it out. So in case you're new to diamond painting and you haven't seen it, I'm going to dig it out here. I bought one of these. It's got the It's got the small containers, it's got the medium, and then it's got the large. So this worked really well. Here's the medium size. I haven't dekitted yet. Here's the small size, and then the large size, which doing the big ones like I do and doing Mandy's, these are awesome for the 310s. I really like these, and I bought an additional extra set of the boxes to go along with it because I didn't want to have to renumber every one of my boxes every time I do it. I don't do any fancy work as far as kitting up. I use the numbers on the color list. I don't go by symbols. You know, I obviously use the symbols when looking at my painting, but as far as my kits, I do it by number. And then I got the Harbor Freight containers. Now these work really good. They're cheap. You can get them at Harbor Freight for $4.99 a piece. If you order them online, they're $5.99. Plus you have to pay shipping. So these are really good. They hold a number of diamonds. I had used these and I really liked them. But 3 paintings in a row, I left them in reach of my grandbabies. I had a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. And they love Nana's diamonds. And they got dumped out. One time they got a hold of it, it was only like 2 sets of colors. The second one, it was like 6 colors that they had dumped out before I'd seen what they had done. And then another time they dumped out like 3 or 4. So I quit using these. I think I got my Craftsmates before I got my Harbor Freight. And but my Harbor Freights were still kitted up, so I went back to that. And then I realized why I went back to my Craftsmates. You know, they're child-proof because you have to push the button on the side to get the containers popped up. Make sure they're clicked. They don't tip. Then there's no spill. And I thank God that I've got them in there because they have gotten them out and had been playing sword fight with them. And I turn around and see what they were clicking around. I'm like, it's my diamonds, put them down. And then they laugh because they know that they're not supposed to be touching Nana's things. So that's the equipment I use. I do have one other container that I use. Probably just got in the way of the camera. I got this. I did an unboxing on my channel, but I can't remember. Can't remember the company I got it from. But they have small ones in the top, and they're really small. And then they have the bigger ones, which are still pretty small. You can't get a big bag of diamonds in there. And then the lids don't want to screw in right. So I really didn't particularly care for this. And I had a smaller painting kitted up for it. I was doing the Christmas tree from Diamond Art Club, and that's what I have kitted up in there. I was struggling with it because I started it a month and a half before Christmas, and I couldn't get into it because of the confetti. And I always stick my DMC color list here, and I had pulled down the opaque cover that Diamond Art comes in, and I stuck it up there, not knowing I hadn't done that section because I had it pulled this way, and I normally go from the top down. So the sticker in the back stuck to the painting. I was frustrated, so I put that away, and maybe I'll get to it. Maybe if I start it in August next year, I'll have it finished by Christmas. But that's pretty much the equipment I use. I have a mermaid tail here with the straightener. I don't really use it for straightener. I use it to, because I started using the large white tray. I use it to scrape my diamonds down to the bottom of the funnel. And then it's easy for me to get the diamonds into the case. That's why I use that for. Plus, I have a straightener if I want to straighten it. I want to get, I had one before, but I had that mesh roller. I'd ordered it, but I never really got a chance to use it. And it got thrown around a little bit and bent before I had a chance to use it. I tried to line it up, and because of where it was bent, it wouldn't line up right, so I just tossed it. Are you talking about the Craftsmates Cajun Sunshine? I want to get me another Craftsmate because I'm kind of lazy when it comes to things. If you hadn't figured out, by the way, I kit up. I don't do anything fancy. There's a lot of videos on how different people kit up, so it gives you a lot of good ideas on how to kit up. But for those that don't want the fancy stuff, you don't have to. Even if you don't even have to buy anything, if you love diamond painting, everything you need is in the kit you get. Some of the things that we buy, it's stuff that we like that makes it a little easier sometimes. Not having to fold up the diamond bag, make sure they don't get spilled out. I do the simplest things. I don't get too creative when I kit up. And when I unkit, all my diamonds get thrown into a big gallon jug. I don't save my diamonds. Any of the companies I've dealt with in the past, I've gotten plenty of replacement diamonds, and thank God Diamond Art Clubs do, because them are the ones that my grandbaby spilled. I contacted them via email, told them what painting it was, what DMC color I needed, and I had them 4 days later. Only except for one time did I ever have a problem. And it wasn't them. For some reason, they had sent me a tracking number and everything. But I live in an apartment duplex, so sometimes our mail gets put in the wrong mailbox. So I'm thinking that's what happened. But I contacted them again, and they didn't have a problem with me with them sending out new diamonds. So I do fast and easy. Jennifer, no comment about that. Because I know you're going to say something about that comment. I have my easel that I got February, March of last year. My daughter bought it for me. I got 2 lamps that I use. I only basically use this one. My daughter uses the one over here for when she comes over and does the live with me. And I had an A4 light pad at the beginning because I have bad eyesight. So when I found out about the A4 light pads, I got one of them because they're the cheapest, and it gets the job done. You can't work a big area at the time, so it worked fine. But then the first this is what I've been doing. I'm just buying more kits. That's why I want another Craftsmate, so I don't have to get in a hurry to unkit. But I had went through 3 A4 light pads in like 6 months because of the connector, the power supply into the light pad. If you pulled on the cable just a little bit, it started working itself out. And then it wouldn't, after it started coming out of the light pad, it eventually quit working. So after about 3 of the A4s, I invested in an A2 or an A3. And I love my A3. It still works. When you work around the power or the up and down dimmer switches, it would turn the light pad off. So I'd complained about it to my girls and hinted around, I think for 6 months, because I think I hinted around at my birthday. My birthday's in September. So I didn't get it for my birthday, but for Christmas, my daughter's got me an A2, and I absolutely love it. It lightens up the whole area, so I can work on any area that I want to. I can work on the left, I can work the middle, I can work on the right. So I really like that. It is a little bright here, but I could cover that up if I wanted to. I just not bothered by it too much. Now that I think about it, doing my lives, if I cover it up, it might get a better picture on my painting. So I think I might do that. But at the same time, Megan's normally here, so she could start working on her painting in that area and light up that side of it. So I don't know. We'll work on it. I think so too. I think it's too much trouble. This is my 2-gallon jug since I started diamond painting. It's about 3/4 full. So hey Aussie girl. Hi Rajul. Happy early birthday. That's my story on how I got into diamond painting, what I use, what I currently use. I think that's all the equipment I have. I have cover minders, but I'm to the point now to where I don't really need the cover minders because my paper is so big. I can pull it up and I can just tuck it under my tablet here that I use for my lives, or if I'm diamond painting and want to watch videos, which is really nice. But I have plenty. Jennifer, I have the wrench. The boys took it off again today, so I had to take it away from them. But I put it on my desk. So here it is. I still have it. I had it here. Tuesday. So you can see it. I think I got the magnet upside down. Ta-da! There's your wrench, Jennifer. Man, I don't. It's just a people preference. I'm not a clutter person, and with all the diamonds, I would have to store. In the process of unkitting them, putting them in baggies, label them, keep them in order. That's just too much work. I'd rather just hurry up, throw them away, get started on my next one. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. I'm thinking that's all the equipment I have. I have other different storage containers, but they're all small and they're covered up. I can't get to my shelves because of my Diamond Art Club kits that I have stacked up beside it. So I can't get to them. So I think that's it as far as how I got started. Um, the equipment I use now. Okay, sorry. Just checking my messages. Hey, Serena, is it okay if I show your painting? I really want to show them from what I was talking about your cat painting. I know you don't mind on Tuesdays when we go live. Um, this being a bigger crowd, I didn't know if you were okay with it. I don't think you are. And I don't think you'd get mad. I just want to make sure it's okay with you. It is a matter of preference. It's just like all the stores that you can buy from. You know, some people like Wish, some people like AliExpress. You know, a lot of people's got their favorite on AliExpress. You know, when I first started diamond painting, Hookhand was one of the bigger stores. And then Ever Moment, you know, blew up. And I can't think, but there's a lot of other stores that become real popular because a lot of the videos I were watching was from there's basically like 8 to 10 stores that were, you know, in the decent price, and then Hookhand had their square drill fiasco. And I'd actually ordered a custom from Hookhand, but I ordered round because, you know, they didn't have any problem with their rounds. Now they had issues with trashy drills and stuff like that, but you're going to get that um, with companies that sell their paintings cheaper. You know, you're going to get cheaper quality canvases, diamonds. You know, like I said, it's just a matter of quality. But I had heard good things about Hookhand, and Ella from Kicking Cancer's Butt, she was a big Hookhand fan. So I'd ordered custom. It's a picture of my two youngest daughters. Yeah, I like AliExpress. I still order every now and then from them. I don't order from them like I did. Um, I haven't got on there lately and tried out any of the newer stores, which I need to do. Um, but I did a Google search like 2.5 months ago, and just Googled diamond painting, and you know, there's a lot of stores out there now that aren't AliExpress or it's not Wish, and it doesn't come with the price tag that Diamond Art Club does. You know, I hope everybody finds what works for them. Diamond painting is supposed to be fun. Everybody has their own opinion on how they do it. You just got to do what makes you comfortable. And I know what I like to do. I know how I like it. I know what works for me. So if you're new to diamond painting, you basically just have to find what works for you. You know, if you don't know where to start at the top on the left. If you don't feel comfortable with that, switch to the right. If you don't like that, switch it to the bottom. Bottom left, that doesn't work. Bottom right. If you don't like that, try it in the middle and work yourself out to one side and then work on the other side. You just basically have to find what you're comfortable with. You know, there's plenty of opinions out there when asked, and I'm hoping that's what everybody just gives as opinion, and that it gives you the ability to make up your own decision on what makes you comfortable diamond painting. You know, that's what my goal is, for just to try to make diamond painting fun and easy, but letting everybody find their own comfortable norm. And that's what I did when I first joined Facebook. I joined a couple of the Facebook groups too when I started watching the YouTube, and had actually got a lot of good advice from people in the chat. And I got different ideas on how to do things. Some I tried and didn't like, some I tried and I kept doing them. I used to start on the bottom right. That didn't work very good for me, so I started the top left, and I wasn't getting a comfortable feeling there, so I switched to the top right, and that's where I like to start. With an A2 light pad now, I can just pull down some and work totally across, pull the next section down, work right to left. Once I get in the middle, I have a tendency to jump around. I'll do some here, some there. But like with Mandy's, a lot of them are the same on one side as the other. So by doing that, I can pull down the whole section. I can work on the section here and then come over here and do that. And I always end up with stuff in the middle here. And that's where I'm at now is this middle part. I need to get my next color out. I'm talking. I hope I'm not talking too fast. Now, with my daughters here, we take turns talking. And so while she's talking, I can diamond paint a little bit and keep looking at chat and then try to get in the conversation some or a lot. Sometimes there's stuff going on in the chat when my daughter's talking and I want to answer the question, and then we're just talking over each other. So it's like sometimes now we'll get going and I'll type in something if she's talking. That doesn't always work out sometimes, but when I catch myself doing it, that's what I'll do. If she's talking, I'll type in something. But yeah, if you're new to diamond painting, don't let anybody push their own ideas on you. Take your time, learn, and then find out what's comfortable for you. If somebody likes one store over another, that's fine too. There just doesn't have to be any hateful comments made over somebody's own personal opinion, because everybody's going to have their own experience. There's people out there that don't like Diamond Art Club that actually try it. There's a lot of people that don't like Diamond Art Club because of the price and they've never tried them. Everybody has their own opinion. It aggravates me when somebody will put their opinion out there and somebody will trash talk them for that opinion. I don't agree with that. Everybody has it and has the right to speak it, freedom of speech. You don't have to be a hater. Be positive. Just enjoy, some of that, you got to learn to brush it off. It's just somebody's opinion, You don't have to like it, but you don't have to be negative about it either. So that's my goal, is to let everybody give peace a chance. Quote from the Beatles. And from y'all that participate in my lives know that the Beatles is my daughter's favorite group. She was born in the wrong time warp. She should have been born in the 60s, 70s. Instead, she was a 90s child. She's an old soul at heart, and I'm thankful. I like the Bee Gees, or not the Bee Gees. I like the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I love a lot of their songs. I like a lot of Paul McCartney songs. I like John Lennon songs. Yeah, she's a Beatles fanatic. But she's the one that's more like me. Um, she got into diamond painting from me. I had done lives by myself for quite a while, and then I invited her to come along with me one week, and so we found dug her out a painting so she could diamond paint, and then she's like, I kind of like this, so she started joining in on my lives, and she'd diamond paint when she had a babysitter. She's the one with the two young boys. She's got two of three of my grandbabies, and like I said, they are 3 and 2. Um, Beautiful, loving, ornery babies. I like to tell grandbaby stories, and I just come up with a funny one. I was watching them today, and Elizabeth showed up around 1:30, and she's like, my mom is a Jehovah Witness, and they had a Jehovah Witness convention today, and that's where everybody in a certain region all meet in one place. So it takes a junior college auditorium to hold them all. She was there, and she come in. She's like, "Well, if I knew Mimi was gone, I'd have brought us lunch." And I said, "She's gonna be gone. Go get us lunch." So she left, and she come back, and then she got the boys McDonald's, and then she went to Subway for us, and they came with a little metal tin that was shaped like in um oh, I can't think of the word. It's these type of German dolls. Somebody help me out. I know you know what I'm talking about. The German ones where they start big, you open it up, and there's a smaller one, and you open that up, it's a smaller one. Anybody know what I'm talking about? But anyway, it was the shape of that, and they started playing with it, and they started putting their French fries in them, and they'd come over there, and they'd have me open it up for them. When it was empty, Sawyer, the youngest, he's my 2-year-old, he come up, and he kind of took it and hit me on the knee, but it wasn't really a hit. It was just kind of a little tap where he did. Oh, that hurts. And he goes, I'm sorry. And it was just the cutest thing. I just bust out laughing. But he's just learning so much here lately. He's just adorable. You try to get mad at him, and he'll look at you, and he'll scrunch up his face and then smile at you, and it's like, you can't hate on that face. You can't hate on that face. Is any okay? No, we're good. Trying to see if anybody else has come in that I'm not aware of. Hi, Crane's Creation. Oh no, Cajun Sunshine. Can you change your position? Nesting dolls. That's it. I knew somebody in here must have known what I was talking about. I want to get a set of them. I have a set of 4 diamond paintings of them though, and they're small. They're like 20 by 30s, so it won't take anything to do. And the back, the only thing I don't like about them is around the dolls. It's all one color, and it's like an off white. And the colors that the dolls are actually in are kind of bright, so maybe the off white helps the brighter colors pop. I got the set of 4 of them. They're all different. And what a lot of people call snacks in between. I need to do a lot of snacks because I've done a lot of big ones lately. Yeah, I'll take a break, honey. Stand up a little bit, stretch your neck, back and forth, roll it. Here, I'm doing it with you. Sometimes it's hard to get comfortable diamond painting. I don't know if you're diamond painting and listening, or if you're just listening, sitting down, or hi, Sunny Bella or Belle. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Diamond Paint A Thon. If you haven't heard, we're diamond painting all weekend. We started Friday and we're going through Tuesday late late evening. I think the last one I believe ends at midnight. But that would be midnight at different time zones. I'm not very good at explaining very many things. Are you new to diamond painting or just new to YouTube and watching diamond painting videos, going to lives? My easel helps me because because I've got a high top chair that I sit in, so it sets me up to where I'm not really hunching over a whole lot. That's why I got my easel pulled up all the way, as to where I don't have to do a lot of hunching. So I don't have problems with my back, but I get kind of neck pain here and there, so I have to exercise my. Okay, midnight Eastern time. And there's schedules all over, but if you're in one, um, the person beforehand will have somebody put up the link to where you can follow. But there is schedules on Facebook. I haven't been able to lay on my belly since I got pregnant with my first child. And what's so awful about that is I was a belly sleeper. It was so hard when I got pregnant not to sleep on my stomach. Okay, Drea closes from 10 to midnight Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, the Creators Live playlist. Okay, well, I hope you're having fun. I hope you can catch as many lives as you can because, like I said, it's the rest of the evening and uh, midnight Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So we're going to be here all weekend. And I hope you're enjoying them. There's a lot to learn. If you're new to diamond painting, a lot of people are doing tags on how they do things, what equipment they use. So if you haven't been able to watch very many, there's a playlist that Jeremy just posted to where it gives you a link to every one of the creators that have done a live this weekend. So if you missed any, you can go back and watch them because there's a couple that I missed today that I wasn't able to get into because of the grandbabies. Um, so there's quite a few today I want to go back and watch, and there'll be some tomorrow that I won't be able to get into. The girls are coming over tomorrow, and we're doing more packing. We got to be out of the apartment next Monday um, on the 3rd. We have to be out by the 4th. So we only have this weekend and next weekend to get packed up. You know, they both work full-time jobs. And I guess you can say I work full-time job since babysit um, 6 days a week every other week, and then 5 days every other week. So they got to work, and we're trying to get as much as we can tomorrow. And Elizabeth's graduation is next Saturday morning, so we can't get any packing done then because we're celebrating, and that just gives us Saturday evening and Sunday to have me packed up and moved, and then my mom packed up to where the movers can come in that Monday and get her stuff. We had to hire a mover for her because my girls can't do it by ourselves. So I made my brothers and my sisters pay for a mover because neither one of them could come help. So it's like my daughters have moved her 3 times, pretty much by themselves with the help of my husband. And my husband is just so busy. He's got to move me back to the house, and it's just too much work. He's getting up there in age. He thinks he's a young guy from what he picks up and throws over his shoulder, but then 8 hours later, he'll start, oh, I hurt, oh, I hurt. I'm getting too old for this crap. So he's just ready to get me home. So we knew this move was coming. I think I've talked about it on my channel for 3 months now, and how we were going to get a jump on it, get stuff packed up, especially my stuff, to where we wouldn't have to do a lot of packing at the last minute. Things kept getting put off and getting put off, and now that the move is upon us, we don't have anything done. Well, Megan and Elizabeth come over last weekend. Elizabeth had her husband watch the boys, and they come over and they help clean the room. Or Elizabeth started cleaning the room because her boys playing here, and it's not just them. I have my messes too, but she helps me clean up the room. She started cleaning up the room, and Megan started on the closet. And Megan kept going, look, what's this? What's this? So Elizabeth got in there. And then they started going through photo albums. Mom, who's this? Who's this? Where's he from? Who's she from? Where, how'd you meet them? Is that your first boyfriend? Just curious cats. So we didn't quite get as much done Sunday as what I hoped we would have. The room did get cleaned up, and I think maybe half the closet got gone through. Elizabeth went today to get, I don't know if you'll know what I'm talking about, but it's the science cardboard. If they're putting on like a science fair, there's this little cardboard, and it's got a flap that comes over it. She went and got one of them for me today so I can put my diamond paintings in it, where they don't get bent or tossed around. I can tape up the edges or the side, however I want to put them in there. It won't cover completely all of my paintings because I've got a portfolio. See, y'all are so smart. I just can't think of names right now. Made the mistake of taking my pain medicine a little too early, so it's kind of kicked in, and now I'm kind of rambling here and there. But Talitha won't be covered up completely, but I think the majority of it will. And all the Snow Queen and her sister, Daughter of Honor, Snow White, they're going to hang out of that quite a bit. But we're just putting them in there to protect them from completely getting messed up from the move. We can protect most of it. It'll be okay. What time is it? Okay, we got another 40, 30 minutes. I'll cut it off 5 to 10 minutes early for everybody to take a little break. And some of the creators are starting just a couple minutes early if given the chance. So I'm going to get off here about 10 after, 10 till, give everybody a chance to hopefully get up and stretch, and then meet up with Pippa Brown after this. I'm sure she's excited about, her live, and I hope everybody enjoys everybody's live this weekend. I'm glad you've learned a lot, Cajun Sunshine. There's a lot to learn when you first start diamond painting. If somebody just stumbles across diamond painting through like a Facebook ad, they might, because I'm 52. I'm not a spring chicken. Matter of fact, this year I'm going to be 51 again, and I'm just going to start going down 50, 40. I'm just going to work myself backwards now. But a lot of diamond painters are of the older generation, and to where they don't know Facebook, they don't know YouTube, they don't know their phones very well. It took me a long time to. Bye, Cajun Sunshine. Tell mom and dad I said hi. So they're just doing things the basic way, and I forget where I was going from there because I I looked up and seen Sunshine leaving, so I said something. I lost my train of thought, but there's a lot of older generations that don't know YouTube or Facebook, and are just doing it. And there's a lot catching on or finding out, hey, there is a Facebook. Oh, there is a YouTube. I know my two youngest daughters, they pretty much grew up on technology. I think Megan was like 10, 11 years old when the internet first started. And so by the time Elizabeth got old enough to understand, of course, she had a cell phone first, and she had to show me how to use mine because I'm technology challenged. I work away just enough to get done what I needed to do. I did find out today when I go live how to put up a picture instead of it taking a picture of my canvas, because I just have done it that way for so long. And then going over our group that we have, to discuss the Diamond Paint-A-Thon, I learned a lot from them, and I got another program I want to try to go along with YouTube. But when I couldn't figure out earlier, because I scheduled my live, I couldn't figure out how to get to it because I've not scheduled one since I got the new computer, so I couldn't find it. And they was telling me how to get to it. And when I got to it, I seen where you can put a custom picture in it. And I'm like, yay, I know how to do that. Now I just have to figure out what program they use to create the pictures that they create. I just need one, or if I do one for my basic videos and then my lives, I can change them from the different diamond paint-a-thons. This diamond paint-a-thon here, a lot of us are not necessarily all new channels, but we have like under 1,000 subscribers. There is bigger people that's putting on the diamond paint-a-thon, that's doing the live. But yeah, they gave me the information how to get to the one I'd scheduled for today, and I'm like, "Ah, I know how to do that. I might just take a picture of my grandbabies and put them up there. Bye, Mickey. Oh, I thought you were saying bye, but you're just saying bye to Cajun Sunshine. It might work. We've got quite a few boxes, but I don't want to tear up any boxes until I know we have enough. Um, some of y'all know my daughter has recently moved, and she knew we were moving, so she saved a lot of her boxes. So I'm hoping to have enough. But if we do, I'll know I can create something for my bigger paintings. But I think I can get them in that portfolio enough to where um, I can get them moved over there without any, damage. I'm not going to roll them up. I know you roll them up backwards. I just prefer to keep them straight because the bigger the painting, the more the diamonds overlap. And I don't want to spend all that time looking through all my paintings to see how many diamonds fell off. I have a hard enough problem keeping the grandbabies off. Two of them. They're within their reach now because they've grown since they were put up, and I'll catch them over there picking them off. Don't take off Nana's diamonds. Sawyer, when he first started learning how to do it, he would take them off and then bring them to me. Here, Nana, yours. Like, yeah, mine. Leave it alone. Things get thrown at them. But that's my babies. That's one reason why I don't frame them or cut the white off around the paintings. I I did use washi tape and framed a few of mine. And when my husband builds my frame for Talitha, I'm actually cutting off that white, but I'm taking the legend from it and I'm taping it to the back of the painting. That way I have access to it in case something does happen to it and I lose diamonds. Because there's other paintings I want to frame, and that's what I plan on doing is just cutting that legend off and taping it to the back of the frame, or sticking it between the back of the painting onto the back of the frame, so it'll be there if I ever need access to it. They're not being put under glass. I seal mine with aqua glue. That works really well for me. I tried Mod Podge, and I didn't know you had to water it down, so I had rent. I think it was my fourth painting because I still new at it and didn't know, and then people start talking about sealing it, and I heard Mod Podge, so I got Mod Podge to seal it, and then it dulled everything. And then when I went and discussed it, they were like, "Did you water it down?" And I'm like, "No." So I took it and I watered it down, and it was okay. It had still dulled the diamond, so I probably could have watered it down a little bit more. But then I seen diamond painting by Donnie's video, and she's the one that got me started on the aqua glue. Because I know Ella with kicking cancer's butt, she uses some kind of spray sealant that really looks good too. I just never wrote down the name because I would like to try that one time. I have a little nail brush that I use to um, scrape off my painting from any dirt, hair, um, any glue. And then I take a paintbrush and I paintbrush the aqua glue in, or I use the brush on the aqua glue. It's got a fine tip on one end, and then it's got like a mini brush on it, so I use that. Just brush it down like in paint. But yeah, they like picking off diamonds. One of them is my Snow Queen, because it's hanging on my closet door, and it actually hangs below my doorknob. So yeah, they like to pick them off and bring them to me. It's like now I watch them out of the corner of my eyes, and I'll say, "Don't you get my diamonds," and then they'll just take off running, giggling like they're wanting me to catch them now. It's become this big game to them. Let's mess with Nana. Their new thing now is when we go in the front room, they'll run ahead of me and they'll run to the kitchen behind the cabinet, and then when I walk in the kitchen, they'll jump out and go boo, try to scare me, so I have to pretend to be scared. Because the first time it might work, but 2 or 3 times a day, I have to pretend it works. But it's 7:50, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. That gives you time to get up and go to the bathroom. I hope I didn't ramble too much, and I hope some of the new diamond painters might have got some ideas of things to try. Roslyn lacquer. I've heard the lacquer too, but I heard that's kind of sticky to work with. But if one of my moderators, can post Pippa's link up before we get off of here, that would be great for some of the new ones that might not be subscribed to her. That would be awesome. I know Cassie knows how to do it, I believe. Jeremy knows how to do it. Jeremy, you posted the playlist up there. Can you post Pippa's link, please? There we go. Thank you, Jeremy. Good night, all. If you don't know, I go live every Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock Central Time. So if you have the time and want to pop by, we'd love to see you there. If not, we'll see you hopefully soon. Night, all.